the Gail Harts Community Center for the Arts with no other than herself, Gail Harts. A woman of legend who's still living among us, bringing talent, creativity, and love to her students far and near. You're going to have a special treat tonight with the Nutcracker jazzed up. Without further ado, it's my privilege and honor to turn this over to Miss Gail Harts.
Good evening. Thank you, Miss Ivy. It's a pleasure to be here with you as well. We present to you today the Nutcracker, Duke Ellington style, all jazzed up. We decided to go to a little different extreme this year. Everybody goes to see the Nutcracker that has been being done by Choreography for years. We decided to jazz it up a little bit, but I wanted to use Duke Ellington because, as you know, we have the Duke Ellington Performing Arts Center in DC. This is bringing the arts to young people in the communities just as ours. And we wanted to turn them on to a little bit of what happens with ballet and modern and lyrical, different styles of dance. And we thought we would jazz it up a bit and have fun. So we've worked on costuming, theater, music, the whole works. And we'd like to introduce to you our musicians in the pit, Mr. Ford and Mr. Adams, who so graciously decided to be a part of what we were doing today. And you look for Mr. Ford coming up soon. He's going to be teaching saxophone lessons with our program. Our kids need to learn the music, the arts, all of that. So we want you to sit back, relax, and get prepared to take a trip with the Nutcracker, all jazzed up, presented to you by Gail Harts Community Center for the Arts. Our kids are ages 2 years old through senior citizens, so get ready. The Stapleton House is busy preparing for Christmas. Mother and her friends are decorating and cooking while enjoying the music. Clara and her brother think they are so funny. All you hear is, "This is when music was music," as they danced around laughing and hitting a step or two. Mom loved Duke Ellington's music, and somebody named Billy Strayhorn. As they prepared things for the party, the girls helped out and laughed at the ladies. Clara was so anxious and excited. She asked questions after questions about the music her mom was so fascinated with. Who is this Mr. Duke Ellington that he sold out audiences in the 1960s in Las Vegas? He had a unique style, and Clara could not see how he, as a jazz artist, could play music done by Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker. Why, that's a ballet, isn't it? Explained to Clara. Mom replied, "My true love arrived, the one I have been waiting for."
The Duke can play anything. Mom replied as she twirled around like a ballerina. Claire began to snicker at her as she sat on a chair with her knees up, continuing to laugh at Mom. It seemed that everyone really enjoyed the great music. She closed her eyes and began to listen to the music, and before she knew it, she was in that era. Mr. Duke Ellington shouted out, "Okay, you cats, no more fooling around." One guy says, "Hey, man, we don't do no ballet." Mr. Strayhorn says, "We're doing it our way, all jazzed up." You guys are my peanut brittle brigade. Give me a big fanfare.
Clara goes into a dream state as she sits on the chair and listens to that Duke Ellington sound. While she sat listening, she didn't realize that she was in that dream state. She went into a deep dream state and realized that she was right there on the floor with those dancers. All of a sudden, she hears a sound. As she hears that sound, she decides that she's going to go down and check out what's going on. Why, there were little baby dolls.
As the dolls began to dance, sad doll. The living room is all brightly lit, and everything seems to be upside down, even the Christmas tree. And then she sees a handsome nutcracker soldier. Life-size doll that performs a wonderful dance. Claire is then entertained and loves how she moves, making her happy and bright. Who wouldn't want a doll for Christmas? Do you hear that? There's a noise. The candy canes have begun to dance across the floor. Soldier after soldier begins to gather, dancing to the great music, moving like no other soldier has ever moved. The handsome nutcracker steps out and performs for her. twirling and leaping and bounding about. She's so amazed at how he performs and dances right before her very eyes. She keeps rubbing her eyes because she just can't believe it.
Suddenly, trouble comes. He hears the scuttering of little mice, and a big king mouse shows up and approaches the Nutcracker and tries to fight him. Clara was so afraid. The Nutcracker is attacked by the mice and the king mouse. Clara's afraid for the Nutcracker. The mouse king tries to overpower him. The toys are upset. They help the Nutcracker and gets him back together and tell him, you can't let him do that to you. Someone gives him a sword and tells him, fight for your life. He didn't want the sword, but he took it. He grabs the sword, and he turns back around. He doesn't have a heart to hurt anybody. He goes after that mouse king and tells him, you can't destroy this group. And he sticks him with the sword. He falls to the floor as the little mice drags him off to mouse heaven. The Nutcracker is so excited because he's ruling again. The lights go dim. And out steps a lady called the Sugar Rum Fairy, who's going to take them on a trip to places, beautiful places, unknown.
Sugar Rum Fairy, with her entourage, escorts them on a trip through beautiful and majestic places. Mood Indigo begins to play.